Alright, so today I'm going to be working on the Bobcat 743. It's got a few little problems that need addressed. Alright, so, got a couple issues. Number one, my coolant reservoir. The coolant reservoir here, I went to add a little coolant to it and it started leaking out. I realized that over on this side over here, which you can't see right this second, there's a large crack in the plastic. So, ordered a new reservoir. The main issue is with the exhaust. I got a leaky hose here. It's with the exhaust here. I noticed there's a lot of soot in here, and then when I started it, I saw smoke coming out from all over. So I started messing around and I realized this right here rusted off with the muffler. So I'm going to replace this whole pipe and the muffler and the tip. And that's pretty much the subject of this video. Alright, so never really worked on a Bobcat much before. Just electrical. So it looks like these bolts got to come out. This top piece off. These appear to be 14 millimeter. Broken welds on the top of this I need to touch up. Yeah, this thing just feels like a big pile of rust. See, someone's tried to do some repair work with, it looks like some silicone right here. This is all just like soft silicone, and there's some metal kind of laid on top of it, and this is an original, but you can see the whole thing just moves. So I just gotta figure out how to get it out of here. Alright, looks like there's just supposed to be a couple bolts that hold it in, and the one on this side's already missing. And it looks like there's two more bolts on the bottom that need to come out as well. Here we're into the rust now. Feels like it's probably just gonna break. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah, this is how it's coming out. Yeah. I understand money's an issue sometimes, but just buy the right parts. Just do it right. Ow. It came out. Alrighty. So it didn't rust completely off, it just, you can see that part right there is still in there. I'm gonna clean this out with a vacuum, get everything cleaned up before we start working on anything else. Alright, so now we're gonna work on these 4 bolts. These 2 right here look older and they have a nut on the bottom. And these don't seem to have a nut on the bottom. So I don't think these are going to come out easily. Worst case, I just take a grinder and nip them off, And then, you know, I'm going to be using new bolts anyway. Let's see. Oops. I just realized, you know, I'm sitting here screwing around with these bolts. I'm not going to be reusing them, so I'm just going to do it the easy way. Well, just having the right tool. One bolt back here. It's not actually threaded into anything. There we go. So here's the setup I got. Got our new flex pipe here. Plastic off. New muffler. And came with gaskets and the clamp. So yeah, so you've got a little bit of pre-rusted pipe. This pipe actually isn't too bad. But the welds on this are just god awful. So yeah, I don't know. So in a lot of the reviews I was reading, people were saying that a lot of these new, or the bolt holes didn't necessarily line up. So I guess we'll find out about that. What's kind of interesting is with this stupid thing sticking off here, I don't see how that's going to fit down in there. Alright, so yeah, so unless I take the radiator out and go through all that mess, there's no way this is going to fit, because right here, this sticks out too far. That's supposed to angle, get through that hole. If I tried to rotate this, there's just no way. I mean, I don't even have the heat shield in there with it. So I'm gonna have to cut this off and just re-weld it back on once the muffler's in or something. That's horrible though. Just off that alone, I wouldn't recommend buying this. Alright, so after cutting that off, that's that in place where it needs to be. I mean, look at this. Here's the hole. So that thing's supposed to be welded through right here. I mean, it's not even close. So I might just take it out. I don't know. I mean, that's supposed to be so you can drain water out of the muffler, I guess. But there's no way it's even low enough to drain water. Alright, so I just went ahead and cut a new hole with a hole saw. I guess now I could just weld that thing back on real quick while it's in place here. But that really is not good. Alright, well, I only got two fasteners for the muffler. I got the one up under here and the one over here in. The rest of the holes don't line up. So, well, that's another strike. And I'm putting anti-seize on everything as I put it back together. Yeah, and I gotta find a couple nuts and bolts to put in over there. Alright, so I got it in there. Put everything back on. You can see I did a little bit of welding down here. It's not pretty, but it's on there. Put anti-seize on the thread, put that back in. Now I just found a couple bolts and nuts for there. Tighten everything down. I got my clamp tightened down. So I'm just gonna finish tightening down these last bolts there. We should be ready to start it up and try it out. Alright, well I got everything back together. Time to fire it up. So we're definitely a little bit quieter than we were, and that's good. A lot of work to put that muffler on, so I probably wouldn't recommend that. There'll be a link to where I bought it in the description below, but like I said, unless you're going to do all that work, it might not be worth it. Then again, maybe it is, because it's a lot cheaper than the Bobcat OEM muffler. Alright, hopefully this video helped you. Leave a comment below if you have a question, and we'll see you next time.